Is this fine?
I think it'll fit.
That's, oh my god, I just realized that's a tiny mic. Like an actual tiny
Well,
mic.
yours is just like that, just without the cover.
Huh?
This is like that without the cover.
Oh! I don't know.
One day you'll be a smarter.
A little bit nerve-wracking. I need to pee.
Just follow me. I'm calm, cool, collective. I'll handle anything.
Being able to participate with us today, and they're going to be able to join part of this Pathfinder series where we're able to offer a Q&A session for you guys to learn about your interests, your passions, and how that connects to a possible college or career pathway. So it is my absolute pleasure to announce some special guests if they can come join me and walk up the stage. Okay, so first I would like to welcome Mr. Mark Yu. Next we have Michelle Zhu. Next we have AJ Vadukal. And Mira Laza. Okay, we're going to do a quick introduction again for our live stream. So we have Mark Yu, Michelle Zhu, AJ Vadukal, and Mira Laza. So students, we have a couple of questions we prepared ahead of time, and our panel of speakers are going to answer some questions, and then we'll leave some time for additional questions that you guys may have. The first question we would like to ask is, please share about your career and what a typical day looks like.
Is the microphone on? Can you hear?
You can go first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hello? Can you guys hear us? Can you hear the, is it working?
So I believe we have the mic for the live stream, and then if you could just...
Oh, okay. Awesome. Sorry.
You have to scream.
Awesome. Well, good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good. Thank you for having us. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Michelle. I just graduated last year from UC Riverside. I got my bachelor's in economics. and now I'm doing, I work in the financial industry full-time now. So what do we do exactly, right? We're finance industry. The reason why we're here today is we want to spread financial awareness and financial education to not just young kids like you, but everyone deserves it, right? Your parents, your older siblings. I came across this financial education 2 years ago. So I was only 20 years old. And I can say, after going through the education, educating myself, I've been able to make very smart decisions with my money, right? Instead of spending $5 every single day on boba, I save that money now, right? For my future, for your retirement. And that's what we're that's the message we want to bring to you guys today. So what a regular day looks like, we get invited just like today to churches, school districts, and just communities within our neighborhoods. We share this education to them. We actually hold free financial workshops at our financial center. Our location is located in Diamond Bar, and they're absolutely free. How old is the range here? Is it like 13, 14-year-old? I'm guessing, yeah? Okay, it's just a wide range, okay. That's good because, we make our workshops so simple that even a 16-year-old can come in and understand everything that we teach. Because finances, it's already complicated, right? We don't want to complicate it even more for the people who are coming in to learn. So you want to?
Yeah, so hey guys, like she introduced me, my name's AJ. So just a little bit about me. I'm a 21-year-old student at UC Irvine. I study economics. But I work here when I'm not at school. I'm definitely here working as a financial advisor. So my day-to-day life is I go to school every single day down in Irvine, Monday through Friday. But when I'm not in school, I'm in meetings, learning more about finances and going out there to help more people understand about finances, going to people's houses and helping families save for their future and their retirements as well, and for the kids' college planning as well. So, yes.
You want to say something?
Want to add anything else?
You want to add?
So I'll move into the second question.
Yes.
So question number 2, describe your journey into the finance field.
I guess I'll start. Like I said, so 2 years ago, I was a full-time student at UC Riverside, and I was part-time at
Describe
85
your
degrees.
journey
Anyone
into the
knows 85
finance
degrees
field.
here? Oh yeah, it's popular, huh? Next time I'll bring you guys some goodies. But the hard thing with that is, when I was going to school full-time and then working part-time, it really distracted me from my education, right? I didn't have, as soon as I finished school, I would drive all the way to my work until nighttime, come home, take a shower, sleep, wake up, repeat again, and then what I realized is that my grades were going down, but I had to work because I had to pay for my car payments, gas, things like that, even books, right? College textbooks can get really pricey. That's why it's important for you to plan. The sooner the better, right? Apply for scholarships, things like that. But so 6 months into this organization, I've been working with them and educating myself how to save money, how to properly plan, and invest my time too. I've been able to quit my job at 85 degrees, and then fast forward 2 years later, which was last summer, I graduated from UC Riverside, and I'm doing this full-time now, and I've never looked back. Yeah, I've learned a lot. It's been a great journey, and I look forward to many more years. Just seeing young kids like you guys being so eager to learn more about finance, it really gives us more energy to really move forward.
So my introduction into the financial industry, so my entire life, I thought I was going to be a doctor. From the moment I was born up until college, I picked UC Irvine for biology to go into the medical field. But the reason I started with this company is to learn more about finances, because eventually all of us are going to get jobs. We're going to make money, but we have to know how to use that money and how to properly save for our future. But after learning more and more about finances, I realized how much more impact I could have on people's lives. Being a doctor, I was able to help people with their health, but becoming a financial advisor, I'm able to help people with their wealth. So that's how I got started into the financial industry.
Okay.
So, can you guys hear me? I guess I'm the loudest. A little bit about myself. I'm the CEO of the company, and we are in the business to help young people, poor families, middle class, wealthy families We don't care who you are. We're in the business of changing lives. And personally, I've been in the business for 15 years. Came from Taiwan originally. Came to the U.S. for high school. Never spoke English before. English was actually my fourth language. And because of the hard work, the grind, the dedication, I became the CEO of the company at a pretty young age. And we're in a position to develop a lot of young kids starting 2019, specifically focus on this group of young people to bring financial awareness, to teach you guys how to save money. We like to convert the active spenders to an educated saver, including your parents down the road. And that's what we're here for today. We have Michelle here, just graduated from UCR. AJ is currently still studying in UC Irvine. They both, she's 21, he's 20, she's 22, he's 21. And she started saving money since 2 years ago. Yes. Was never really a educated saver before. AJ, I actually met him, that's AJ's mom, Mira. And that's a mom and son team, in my company. AJ started to save money when he was 14 years old. Because I was sitting down with him when he was, I believe, 13 years old. We'd sit down with each other. Mom started to help him. He took over the saving portion afterwards. At age 21 years old, he had successfully saved up over $60,000. And I think that's an inspiration for a lot of young people there. So I guess that's what I want to share. Thank you.
So moving on to question number 3, how your strengths and interests help guide your career pathway.
All right, can you guys hear me? Well, at the beginning, Well, at the beginning, actually, I did go to UCR. I got my bachelor's in econ, but I wanted to, typical Asian family, when you graduate high school, you ask your parents, hey mom, what do you want me to become? So my mom was like, doctor, and I'm like, really? Okay, I'll go, pursue my med school then. So when I first got into UCR, I was actually a chem major. But after going through a few chem classes, I'm like, you know what, this is probably not for me. I became undeclared, and after going through a few classes again, I was like, you know what, yeah, I think I'll do bio major. So I was a bio major for 2 years at UC Riverside. So that was 2014 all the way until 2016. And then what I realized is I'm not really good with sciences as I thought I would be. So 2 years ago, when I was introduced to the company, I realized, you know what? Yes, I want to be a doctor or a nurse to help families, but there's so many other ways to help families, like what AJ said earlier. And we can help families here financially, right? I think that's even a more powerful way to help families. Yes, when you become a doctor, you help the people who are sick, right? After they leave the doctor's office, what's going to happen? They may still struggle with their finances. But with here, we can say that we really help the families from day one to, until the day they become financially secure. And that's what we're really looking forward to with our campaign. But so I've graduated eventually, and then I've been doing this now. And yeah, I think it's been a great journey, definitely. In college, what I want to say is don't be afraid to experiment different careers. Maybe your parents want you to become a doctor, but you can say no to that. If you are interested in dancing or music, just tell your parents. Because I know with Asian families, they're like, you either become a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer. Pick one, ABC, right? So that's what I wanted to share.
So by raise of hands here, who likes math? Does anyone like math here? Okay, cool. By raise of hands, who doesn't like math here?
Everyone.
A lot more hands, okay. So I'll give you guys a little tip. To work in the financial industry, you don't have to love or hate math. For me personally, growing up, I was pretty good at math, so I thought numbers, finance, all that stuff would make sense. But after working here for the past 2 to 3 years, I've realized that All it takes is a really big heart. If you care about people, you want to help people out and make a difference in their lives, that's what will lead you to something in the financial industry, because now we have calculators, and that makes you don't have to do too much math, so don't worry about that too much.
So next question, what advice would you give to middle school students or your middle school self?
Middle school self, I would say explore and don't be afraid to ask questions. I know when I was growing up, even high school, middle school, or even in college, you know, I was so afraid to ask your parents or even your colleagues or even your counselors, right, or your teachers that you guys have right now. It's okay to ask them for guidance and advice, because I didn't have that guidance and advice because I was afraid to ask questions. I'm like, if I go to my counselor, they probably think it's a stupid question, and I was, you know, too shy or I didn't have the guts to ask. So if I did back then, I would really, you know, go back to my old self and tell myself, you know, it's okay to ask questions and get some guidance. Maybe if I did get that guidance, I wouldn't have to change majors, you know, 3 times in college. That's a lot of time and money that I wasted, you know. So I could have, you know, done better things, or I was able to graduate on time. I did my college degree in 4 years, but the last 2 years was really tough. I didn't have a summer. I was full-time student for 2 summers straight. So yeah, just and find something that you enjoy. Definitely don't just do a job for the money. Do something that you really have a passion for. Like AJ and I, we don't do this just because our parents tell us to do it or whatnot, but we really have a passion in helping people and educating people, because we've seen this education shape us, right? From not knowing how to save to become really well-educated savers. And I'm proud to say that the knowledge that I have, we are, compared to like the 90% of the other younger people out there, we have that knowledge and that power to make those wise decisions. That way down the road, when I'm 50, 60, or 65, I don't have to say, man, I wish I knew, right? So start even, you know, maybe ranges 11 to 12, 13, 14-year-olds. You guys can start learning right now, because there's no such thing as you're too early to learn. So that's what. Oh, you have a question?
Cryptocurrency?
Yes, so finance is actually a very broad range, but yes, we do work extensively with the stock market, but cryptocurrency is actually something not regulated by the US government at this very moment, so it's not something I work with personally as a financial advisor, but it's something you could definitely pick up on the side as well. So yes, stock market and cryptocurrency. So back to the question was, what advice would I give middle schoolers or to myself middle school? I think Michelle hit it on the head, is explore. That's the main reason we're here, is to open your guys' eyes to the different possibilities of everything out there to you guys. I remember growing up, for me in middle school, is the people that would come speak to us were doctors, lawyers, maybe accountants, but never did a financial advisor come speak to us. So go out there, explore, and really go out there and find your passion, because passion will take you places, and it will carry you to places that you've never been, and it will lead to a life of fulfillment and joy. Especially while you guys are young right now, get out there, go try everything that you can while it's out there and the opportunity is there for you guys.
A little bit more input on my end. I think at your age, this is probably the best time to start getting interested in finance or financial education. Whether you're gonna like it or not down the road, we don't want you to be poor. We want you to be financially successful down the road. You know, finance is broad areas, like Adrian mentioned. It has taxes. It covers, you know, stocks, mutual funds, insurance, anything, you know, that is necessary to take your financial future to the next level. We want to, there's a saying, it's called proper preparation prevents poor performance. What I call the 5 Ps. Let me repeat that again. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. How many of you guys have Instagram account nowadays? Wow, that's so early. Okay. Do you know you can start to follow, just type in financial education. There are good information out there. Sort of explore more about the keyword financial planning, financial education, financial success, financial future, financial literacy. The whole goal is start from young. We want you to have enough financial literacy to prepare for a better future. And that's one of the reasons why we're here. We want to bring out awareness to you. We want you guys to start saving money. How many of you guys actually save money? Good for you. Good for you. Awesome. Stop spending too much of your parents' money and start saving more money for yourself. All right. Thanks.
So students, we wanted to open up the forum. If you guys had any questions about banking, finance, saving money, would anybody have a question in mind that they would like to ask our panel? Let me come over here.
I think she picks up.
And then guest speakers, if you could repeat the question after it's said, just so that everybody could hear.
Okay. Perfect. So we'll go first.
Do you think as a child you would ever do this job?
Can you repeat that one more time? Sorry.
Did you ever think as a child that you would be doing this job?
So the question was, as a child, did I ever think I would be doing this job? Growing up, definitely not. So like I said before, I was definitely on the medical route. I chose UC Irvine for medicine. I became an EMT, so the guy who rides on the back of the ambulances, I actually worked that job. I volunteered at St. Jude Medical Center, so my entire life was devoted to medicine. But finance, once I got exposed to it, I definitely fell in love with it. So it's something that will come over time, and that's why, as I emphasize for you guys, is definitely go out there and find your passions, because you never know what it will be. I never thought I'd be a financial advisor, but here I am loving every single minute of it, and I can't wait for the rest of my life.
Yeah, same with me, definitely not. When you grow up as a kid, maybe you guys are experiencing it, you watch a certain show, maybe they're doctors, you want to become a doctor, watch lawyers, you want to become a lawyer, you see policemen on TV, you want to become a policeman, right? But no, never in my mind I would have thought I would come into this field, become a financial planner, financial educator for people. And I feel like I made that decision, maybe like a year and a half ago. At the beginning, I was just a student trying to learn all the information, but to really make the decision that I want to do this for the rest of my life, that was a year and a half ago. And I only made that decision after realizing how much this information has helped me, myself, and my family, and the community that I work with, right? So that's why I see the value in it. I see how it can really change people's lives. We're not just saying it to make it sound good, but we see people go from really bad at managing their money to becoming really successful, and they are able to retire really well too. And that's what we all look forward to in the future, to get a great career, retire, and enjoy, travel, enjoy life with your grandkids in the future. But no, I don't think any of us here would have ever thought we were gonna get into this industry. So yeah, next question.
Thank you. One more question.
So basically, if you guys help people save money, but don't they pay you, so they're
Do we get paid?
Yeah.
So I think the question is, you help people save for money, but then they have to pay you. So maybe you could explain that process.
Okay, so that's a good question, by the way. They don't pay me by helping them. The company pays me. So, for example, how do you guys know Amazon? Good job. Okay.
They probably shocked.
So we're like Amazon. We carry many different financial service companies. So we pick and choose the best solution for the person we help. No, they don't pay us. However, the company will pay us a fee for helping them. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if that answered your question. I personally been in the business for 15 years, and my team helps hundreds, if not thousands, of families on a yearly basis. Yes, we, as a financial professional, we make great income. Sometimes we can make people's annual income in 1 month. Because financial education is not widely mentioned out there. Still, a lot of people need the help. A lot of parents need the help. Divorce ratio has gone up many times. It's because of finance. So yes, to answer your question, we make great income, but you don't have to pay us. We provide complimentary financial education. Feel free to bring your parents to my office. We'd like to teach you guys more. Are you guys watching for me? Thank you.
Any other questions that you guys may
I
have?
think he has a question.
Sorry.
Oh, you want to just ask? We can hear. Oh, just a second.
Not anymore? It's fine. Come on.
Are you sure?
Don't be shy. Sure, question.
Just be nice and loud. Okay.
Is it hard to save money?
Is it hard to save money?
You want to ask?
So the question was, is it hard to save money? So that question, I believe personally, is no. The most important thing is you have to have your priorities straight. So you need to be able to pay off your mortgage, your bills, your car payments, whatever it may be. And after that, you need to save the money and not spend it on clothes, trips, traveling, stuff like that. So growing up, before I understood financial education and the importance of saving money at a young age, believe me, and my mom could attest to this, I was a huge gamer. Every game that came out, $60, 5, 6, 7 times a year. It added up very quickly, but once I understood the importance of money, the power of saving while you're young, I got my priorities straight and began to start cutting out video games a little bit more and start putting more money towards my own future.
It's okay to buy clothes, okay? Don't say, just cut down on buying those things. But yeah, it might be hard at the beginning because you are changing your habits, right? Let's say, just a simple example, maybe you guys can relate. Let's say you drink boba 5 times a week. That's $3, 3 times 5, that's $15 a week, just on boba. But if you could cut it down to just drinking it, 4 times, then cut it down to just 3 times a week, eventually 2 times a week, you're gonna, still get your boba charge, right, if you really crave it. But sometimes we don't realize we're spending so much money on the things that we don't really need. It's just wants. So if you come to workshops, that's something we really emphasize on. Only purchase what you need and not what you want. If you have 5 pairs of shoes already, you don't need another 5 pairs of shoes, right? Just keep wearing those, right? Play around with style, and then, yeah, saving becomes easier eventually down the line. So did that answer your question? Okay. Awesome, thank you.
Help your parents, please.
Any other questions? Is there any other questions that you guys might have? Okay. I'm going to pass the mic.
What is your company called?
Question is, what is your company called?
Great question. Our company is called World Financial Group, and we are a marketing company that offers broad array of financial product to the consumers. Product lines including insurance, healthcare, financial product, retirement product. We even set up 401k retirement programs for the employer, leads to the employees. So anything you name it, we have it.
College coaching.
Okay, but our bottom line is we provide financial education to everyone, so people can make smart financial decisions for themselves.
I was just going to jump in. We got a question from students at Nicholas Junior High, and they mentioned if you are rich in the job that you chose.
Me?
I guess any of you.
What does that mean?
If you're rich in this career, in this industry.
Yes, My team paid me millions for the last 15 years. Do they want to be on my team?
Do you have business cards?
Do you have business cards?
Not 300. We have a few business cards today. But I'm sure your school has our information.
Do you guys help fix credit, like your credit score?
Fixed credit.
Do you have a fixed credit score?
No, like, do you guys help people fix their credit score?
With our company, we don't have a credit repairing program, but we do have associates who works with us. We do have a company that is connected to us that we can help people to repair their credit.
Any other questions?
But we do want to encourage you to keep your credit score, not get into debt. Don't get a credit card too soon.
Oh, there's another question.
How much money do you earn every year?
Go for it, Mark.
Man, you guys like to dig in private questions, personal questions. Good money.
Multiple six figures.
Multiple six figures. That's all I can tell you. But I save 80% what I make. I don't spend no money. I'll tell you, if I stop working tomorrow, I'll have income for the rest of my life. Because I'm a better saver than yesterday.
Okay, this is going to be the last question. Okay. So, just wondering, how much money do you each make on your job? Like, how much do you get paid?
How much money do you get paid on your job? So, I think again, maybe if it's your, are you asking about annual salary or maybe monthly income?
Annual salary.
It varies. It varies. Our pay is based on how many families that you help. So there's no set salary. As you know, with financial advisors, especially with our firm, is more of a self-employed entrepreneur type of position. So the income varies. We have people who makes millions. We also have people who makes nothing because they may not want to get out there, meet people, bring the knowledge out to the society. You know, they choose to, I don't know, just
Walk around.
just probably be a little bit private and, it varies. But I tell you, personally, I think this is a very, very good business because I get to help people every single day. And I could become a better financial person for myself, for my family, especially for my friends. And changing lives, it gives me the satisfaction every single day to go to work with happiness. I think happiness is more important than anything. However, financial balance could possibly lead to happiness. I want to tell you guys, money isn't everything. But it's up there with oxygen. That means, money won't give you happiness, but it may lead you to happiness by helping others.
Thank you, Mark. That's a great. Okay. So on that note, we're going to take one more. That'll be our final question because we have 2 more minutes before the end. 2 more minutes, so we'll take one last question.
Is it hard? Was it hard for you to rise to such a high-ranking position in your job, even when you were foreign?
Was it hard to rise to your high-ranking position because you were foreign?
For me, it was hard to rise up to my current position. Definitely it is. Especially my biggest challenge in the beginning was English ability. I was an immigrant to the US. I came here when I was 16 years old. Knowing nothing about English, I couldn't conversation with people, and I had a bad grammar skills until today. I still stutter, and you know, but there's no replacement of hard work. You know, I worked on myself. When people are, when my friends, when the people are, you know, the party, I go to work. When they don't study, when they play basketball, I go to the library, I study. And when many people quit in the business, I stay. So I tend to do the opposite of what a lot of people do, because I want to be successful, I want to be wealthy, and I know it takes hard work, dedication, and the daily grind. So awesome. It is hard to go up there, to stay up there, yes, but hey, are you willing to pay the price? And I was willing to pay the price.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you for your question.
So, boys and girls, on that note, we're going to end our session. Can we give a round of applause to our panel speakers? Thank them for coming.